traders. This is Reverend Wood. I go by SageFT. I'm the live trading desk coming at you Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern. Let's dive into the review and rev up for this week. All right, so if we start on the daily chart, here's Monday sitting at all-time highs. There's no news, there's no catalyst, so we just float at the top. Tuesday, we start to unwind. Wednesday was the CPI, and it was kind of a ho-hum, and then there was Powell at 3 p.m. He lights this thing on fire, and so far what we have is news that the PPI was ticking upwards, so things are starting to get more expensive. And also we had Powell say that he was not going to keep lowering rates as a favorable measure. So how did we play last week? Well, up here, we're still wondering if this is going to be a post-election hangover or if they're going to take it higher. Well, what happened was they decided to drift this thing lower. So now what we want to pay attention to is if we look at what was going to happen, right here was a red flag. This is a hammer on a 4-hour chart that could not break to the upside the order block up here, showing at all-time highs. So we come down to the 20 period simple moving average on the 4-hour chart. We don't get any sort of piercing yet. We come back, we test the order block, we get a huge hammer, test, fail again, and then really start to fail as the 8 comes underneath the 20 period simple moving average here. And so if we're cautiously optimistic here, once we started to keep testing this high to high trend channel, let's say here, that's when we knew it was going to start to roll over. Now, this was the main clue for me. That's why I had a green arrow there. It said be very, very careful. Now here's where I messed up, right? Let's talk about me being fully accountable to myself. I had an offer out in the market. I had a bid on a put that, well, we opened up around 05 or whatever it was, or opened and then straight sold into the 05s. If it would have came up into the 012s, I would have gotten filled. Now, on the puts, I'll hold it. Either it goes my direction or I lose most of the money in the put, right? So, because that's my predefined stop based upon when it hits a low enough number, or even zero for that matter, it just runs out. I would have bought 2 Fridays, right? So I would have had Friday and next Friday as my expiration. Now, I had the 59.70s. I think I was bidding 40 or 35 or something like that on them. So I would be up substantially in this move, almost 90 points. Now, how were we able to play it? Well, as long as we stayed on the right side of the KISS chart, starting with the 4-hour, everything worked just fine. Very, very few times did it turn bullish last week on the 15-minute KISS chart, so we just remained on the short side of things. Now here's a little hint. If it's weird looking and it looks something like this, folks, on the 15-minute chart, just stay out of it. You don't have to trade, because look, when it comes down like this, oh, wait. When it comes down like this, re-enter. Right? We don't have to trade this. We don't have to trade this, right? Because if you're using the 4-hour fractal, your 8 EMA is below your 20 period SMA, and then it starts to slope down. So then we're just looking for shorts on the 15-minute. Okay, that's the review. Let's do the rev up. See, here's the deal. This 53.50 was hit. That would be 2R from here. So therefore, technically, the target was hit. Now this wasn't form fitted, just to be clear. 53.25 is the high and 53.50 was the target. It one tick ricked us at all-time highs. Look at that. I wasn't in the trade, but we had this drawn for a couple weeks. Now, this is the election night bar. So what we're watching, and now I have to bring in the NQ in this because it's front running it, right? Is we have to watch the low of this bar right here. Okay, so now look at how close to the NQ is to this, right? So here's where all the SMT people are going to start coming in. If the NQ hits this low of this election night open bar before the ES does everything bounce? That's the first scenario I'm watching, okay? What if we don't get on the S&P? What if we don't get into this fair value gap? What if this order block doesn't get touched? Okay, on the other side of it. What if it absolutely just goes straight through it? Well, first thing I'm going to be looking at is 57.24. 57.24. Now, could there be a perfect bounce somewhere between 57.88 and 57.96? Maybe. Do we get there? Maybe. Here's something that I have of interest, right? We have this high to high, and it's inside of the order block, and it's above the fair value gap. Do they run the time off the clock and hit it down here, or do they hit it up here, or does it just go straight up from there? That's what we're going to be watching this week. I hope your football team on the pitch or on the field, either one, is favorable today. Hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Sunday evening. I will see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. live on YouTube. The name of the channel is The Live Trading Desk with SageFT. We'll see you there tomorrow. Thanks.